tonight we've got two different dishes from Troy, and these are traditional dishes. One is Italian, one is a Spanish dish.
Right, and the Italian one's one we're going to do first. It's the Feast of the Seven Fishes, and as I had mentioned, you know, it could be 7, it could be 10, you know, 12, and they mean different things. And there's just as many. There's tons of versions in Italy. I mean, I don't think anybody ever does it the same. But traditionally, it's served in 7 different courses, or 10 different courses. Which, you know, in this day and age, you know, you're trying to get to Christmas Eve service, or you got a whole bunch of people, you know, hanging out your house.
Yeah.
The easiest way to do it, maybe just do it all in one dish, which is what we did. We started with the marinara sauce.
Which you made your own marinara, and a lot of people are, you know, are just, because of time concerns, they just get the stuff out of the can. But realistically, it does not take much to make your own marinara sauce.
No, and you're going to use, you know, like crushed canned tomatoes anyway, or, you know, whole tomatoes, and you're going to crush them yourself. But flavoring it is something that, to me, is very personal. You know, I come from an Italian-American background, so, you know, for me, it's kind of a personal thing. You know, if you want to pull it out of the jar, you know, I don't think anybody's going to know the difference, you know, if you use a good quality jarred sauce, because there's a lot out there.
Now, you put anchovy in your sauce.
Exactly. We started with green onions. I used the whites and the reds of green onions. We started with that, and then we put in some garlic and then some red wine, and we reduced that down with the anchovies. And the anchovies, you know, you're not going to be able to pick it out, oh, this tastes fishy. Well, of course, we've got 7 fishes in it, but it just gives it a nice salty flavor that you're not going to get from anything else. And you can get the little can, or you can get it in the tube. Now, the way I would do this is either individually plate it, which obviously takes a lot more time, or you can just do it all in one platter. And then you can take, we've got, the first fish was the anchovies, you know, then we had some mussels and some clams and some shrimp and some calamari, and what else do we have? Tuna. Here's some of the calamari. So then what I would do, and this way, if you do like a big platter of this, you can arrange it however you want, obviously. But if you do this, then people can grab what they want. You know, maybe you don't like mussels, but you love sauteed calamari. Or
several of the fish are good for you. There's a couple you're kind of on.
Right. The scallops was the other one I left out. So there is 7 in there. You know, you can go on the web, foxtrot.com, click on the Rising tab, and you can see the recipe. But, you know, so I'm not going to bore you with pulling all this out. But you can see, I mean, not only is it festive, you know, you could put some chopped parsley on the top. But once you get it to this stage, you know, you're done. You push it in front of your guests. And that's pretty much it, you know. So, and now we'll just put some tongs out and just
a good Christmas Eve kind of dish.
Yeah, and then we got to put our tuna on there. Whoops, I think we lost a piece. Now for our pozole, we're going to do it 2 different ways. We started with the base, which was some onions, some garlic, some pork we sauteed in there.
And what's the corn-like stuff?
The corn is hominy, and that's traditional. You got to have that in pozole. Now this is the way you could set a bar out, and they can just grab their deal, and just, if you want to pre-make the slaw, you can put some slaw on the top, which is just cabbage, lime, cilantro.
So either of these you could plate up, or you could do a build your own kind of thing.
Right. This is probably the best way because I left the pork out, and then they can just come by and they can get some cabbage or some roasted poblano peppers or some radishes or some onions, you know, and then if they want pork, they can put pork on there. And this was some of the oregano that we toasted, and just some queso fresco just to give it a little bit of freshness. So
now, what are some other ways that we can toast oregano? What are some other good uses for it in that form?
Well, I would only toast it as you're going to use it because it's sitting in your drawer getting all stale. So just toast it as you use it.
Come on in, gang. Come on in. We're running out of time. Coming up tomorrow on the show, how to survive the office holiday party. Also avoiding holiday scams with the BBB. And our craft goddess Naomi Torres is here making holiday cookies. Make sure you check out Fox News at 10 and The Edge starting at 10 o'clock tonight after new episodes of Glee. What else is on? Raising Hope. New Girl tonight on Fox.